Hey there! I'm not wearing my usual getup. You know why? It's time to relax. We've done enough work. You can see around me, some things have changed. It's time to join a friend, a good friend of mine, because they were really stressed. They were overstressed even. But before I introduce him, we should just go like take a look at like where he was being, put to work. We should get some empathy going. We should check out, what he was really responsible for. And he worked really hard for quite some time and has earned his retirement. Right over here, this is where he lived once upon a time, and he was really getting shafted. I got to tell you, his burden was to make sure that all of these machines ran well. And man, that's a lot for one person to bear. It's a windmill bearing. My friend is a windmill bearing. He is taking a hard-earned break, and I made him a special little place to relax. And you know what? I need a break too. This is our little mini onsen, but with floaty rubber ducks. And, yep, we're taking a break. Because I'm pretty sure this is technically a 100 days video. Whoops. Hello. Yes, me and Windy over here, we'll call him as of now. Well, we're just gonna sit and relax while Editor Virt takes care of the rest. Thanks, Editor Virt. So it turns out that I'm Editor Virt. This is news to me, but I will carry on as I must. Now, before we do anything, I can't keep this POV. I'm so sorry. I am used to seeing the entire world around me. If my eyes don't start blurring at the corners, let's start right here. Okay. This should be moss, by the way. This is like one of the few places I've missed and I'm a little sad about it, but we're starting right here in this imperfect spot, which is a perfect way to set the tone, because we're not done. But welcome to my base. This is my start of the terraforming of the jungle. But it's not just a jungle, it's also a haze mountain. And I thought it would be very appropriate to make a steam engine in the haze mountain. Haha. Honestly, you guys are really lucky I didn't subject you to even more puns about haze and steam engines and, a bunch of really risque jokes with me in a towel instead of this epic kelp shirt. It was close. A close second. And I'm still thinking about it. Don't get me wrong, I could at any moment turn it back around and make this video all about how it's getting steamy up in here. Wow, chicka, wow, wow. But if you'll indulge me, I would like to walk through the terraforming, the ideas I had and why it's this way, and maybe a little bit about where it's gonna go in the future. Like, with that epic water slide. I confuse myself sometimes. I did that, and I was just like, I knew as I was doing it, there was no way that I could build everything around it that needed to go there. None of this was schematic, except for the steam engines, by the way. I just was like, you know what? We just got to place blocks, figure it out. It'll be fine. And it was fine. It was a lot of fun. But this part, as I was doing it, I was like, what am I doing? Like, I'm shaping something for myself later. Cool, but this is gonna look crazy. And it does. And it does, Jim. It definitely does. It looks pretty cool. I still like it. Anyway, we'll come back to this. Do your best to ignore it. That's what I'm doing. But block choice. For the most part, the riverbed is either tough basalt, deep slate, cobbled deep slate, smooth basalt, or some vault cobblestone, which to me looks like a mud. We don't have the mud block from 119, so instead, we use vault cobblestone. And I need to give a big shout out to Short Zelda 22. We used to be on a server together, her and I. It was her server called Hourglass SMP, and she is just an amazing builder. And she's playing Vault Hunters on the Void Hunters SMP. And I saw she was streaming. I checked in, and she was terraforming, and I was like, oh my god, that's the kind of riverbed. That's what I've been looking for. I finally saw an example of what I like as a riverbed, and I'm very excited about it. This looks really good to me. I'm a fan, and Zelda, thank you for the inspiration. I will say that I think her palette, her texture is a bit better than mine, but it's also more regulated, and I'm a little kooky in the brain, so, this is how it goes. It's very dark over there. I don't mind it, but interesting. It doesn't make sense that my relics are in the dark. That's the thing that's bothering me, I think. These are all, everything that's out here, like my relics out here, this is very temporary. It's just that they don't have a home yet because I was renovating my storage room. And my artifacts are also out here. They're chilling. Yes, we have 3 artifacts now. I think I got one of them at level 50, which is kind of outside the scope of this episode because I kind of like to recap what's been going on. I'm trying to figure out a better workflow as I go. I mean, honestly, if there's any YouTubers watching and you're like, hey, Virt, if you did it this way, it would probably be a million times easier, I would immediately listen to you because this is hard. This is so much work. And you know what? We're in the middle of it now. We're in the thick of it. If I can't take a break in real life, it's time to take a break right here next to Windy. Hello, Windy. How you doing? Are you enjoying retirement? Right click. Aw, look at you. You have not a care in the world, no responsibilities. I'm so proud of you. You deserve this. Have a water breathing potion? Yeah, that's what it was. Of the intro from here, I think that's a great idea. Welcome to the episode. I hope you enjoyed our terraforming walkthrough and the start of this mega base. I think I can call this the start of a mega base because I spent about 10 to 12 hours on the terraforming. I want to talk to you about my steam engines. I'm really proud of the design. I want to talk to you about some vault stuff. We're at level 50. It's crazy. I need to slow down. But every time I release a video, I'm already like 5 levels ahead. But that can't happen this time. I'm a little antsy, as you can see. Squeak, 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 squeak. I think the fix for jumping ahead is for me to make more episodes more regularly and try to be a bit more simpler about it. And that's what I'm going to do. We're going to rely on this big schmilin face instead of anything fancy. But I promise that the builds are going to be fancy. We're not going to be a scrub vault hunter like me in my first series, which it wasn't a YouTube series. It was just like a server, where I didn't build a dang thing until like level 55, probably. Probably maybe later than that, actually. I never got off of simple storage, you know, all of that stuff. Next episode, we start to get off of simple storage, I promise. Or, well, once we move out, which, wait, if I'm doing more episodes, maybe not next episode. Yeah. Okay. I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm literally committing to it right now with you all because I just can't keep doing this craziness where I'm like, I'm 10 levels later. Guys, I just need to say I love my kelp shirt. Anyway, I'm all over the place, but Editor Virt will hopefully get this together, right? Editor Virt. Otherwise what, punk? All right, well,
Delete your app.
This is what I deal with on a daily basis. So be glad you only have to do it for about 15 more minutes or something, maybe longer. I don't know. I haven't edited it yet. Cool, bye. Not Editor Virt, out. Editor Virt here. He's gone. So what do you think? If you like my terraforming or you have any ideas for me, please leave a comment or let me know if you have an idea for a name. I did say that I was going to leave it to Editor Virt, but not Editor Virt here. I'm going to throw him a bone. Let's go through the create build and how it works, because I think it'll be more understandable from my point of view, having already built it, than the point of view of me. I don't want to use the word struggling, and I won't use that word because it would be a lie. We were flourishing. I spent hours crafting and gathering the resources needed to make this build, and then when it came time, there was only one little blip. While I was gathering blazes, I may have had some issues, some challenges, so to speak. You'd think that with a blaze farm, it would be very simple to just simply gather the blazes. All you have to do is right-click the spawner. But if you go in unprepared and a bit foolishly, you can end up in a position sometimes where you shouldn't be. You really shouldn't have put yourself. And sometimes things can just sort of snowball from there. And this is a solid example, I suppose. Maybe more of a volcano explosion and less of a snowball avalanche kind of thing, but oops, I shouldn't have let them through, huh? Dang it! So we're gonna go get my stuff and then get all the blazes and maybe AFK tonight just to teach them a lesson. I mean, I guess I could stand here if I really wanted to be a wimp about it, right? And so I did. And then the Vault Hunter's crafting system really kicked into gear. You want to make beautiful stuff, you want to make powerful stuff, it's gonna cost you in the vault. This is 24 black chromatic steel and 6 pogs. Now, if you're not familiar with Vault Hunters, that's a lot. Speaking of new tech that's a little bit expensive, train casings. I've been building with them, I love the block, and expect to see way more of them. I won't make you or me watch this video of me breaking an echo ore and getting nothing again, but thankfully we got a bunch of black opal, and, well, I needed about a stack of it for this project, so that is a big win. Black opal. Wait. Black opal? But eventually, I did get all the resources I needed, 2 times over, for 2 schematic cannons, so we could blast this build into existence, which we will do now. 1, 2. During this time lapse, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the channel, about me. I've been playing Minecraft for about 3 years or so. I started playing with my niece, and I've mainly played survival. This is so very new to me and so very exciting. We're gonna definitely get into all of the mods in time, but I want to get deeper into content as well. I want to get more regular with my uploads and varied in what I'm uploading. So we're doing the episodes of Vault Hunters, which is like almost a showcase in itself of what you can do with these mods, because I'm trying to learn it as we go. And the live streams that I recently did are a testament to that. I think they went pretty well. We started doing some modded on stream. It's a little scary, but we'll get used to it. Make sure you subscribe and ring the bell so that you can join in next time. Well, that was a bit shorter of a time lapse than I thought. But like I said, this was only the aesthetic build. There was still a bunch of create tech that I had to connect together. Let's start with the lava farm that I forgot to show you guys a while ago. Oh my god, I look like a Joker face with these on. That's terrifying. It's so much scarier with the goggles on. What the heck? Well, anyway, what I was gonna say is last episode, I forgot to show you all the lava farm. It resides under what is now the retirement home of Windy. Pretty much a vanilla lava farm, but piped out by Create and a bunch of gears. Gear gore. But that was the lava farm powered by the windmill, and it is now upgraded. Sort of. At least, it spins faster. It is now powered by the steam engines. In fact, it's the only thing that's powered by the steam engines because it powers the steam engines. If the lava runs out, then the blazes will stop being fed their lava buckets by this mechanical arm. Let's go through how the lava buckets get here. We're gonna do that in free cam. So the lava buckets are on this conveyor belt, and they just sort of chill, they wait. They're like, you know, I wanna be eaten by a blaze. And they just wait in line, they queue up. And by choice, totally. So they get filled by this spout, which is coming off of the lava farm, and head right over to the mechanical arm. Now, once the mechanical arm has fed them, the bucket has to go somewhere, and it drops into this chute. The mechanical arm puts it into this chute and then goes through here, and it drops onto the other, ooh, this is hard, and it drops onto this belt, which takes the buckets back into circulation, right back to the spout. The buckets go into this chute, into this chest, and then out the andesite funnel to be filled again. And that same build is mirrored on this side. So that's the powering part of it. And I gotta tell you guys, the thing that I'm most proud about this build and the way I designed it was I wanted as little gear gore as possible. I wanted to put on display the rotary movement of the steam engines and pretty much nothing else. And I think I nailed it, to be honest. You can see on the left side of the screen, the gears are turning into there and they're all powered by one shaft coming up in the middle. So let's take a look down there. You can see the mechanical arm is powered here by this side where it comes down from the steam engines. We can casing that. We can hide this in some different ways. I think I like it for now. And then these are all pulling. We have 3 on each side pulling in water. I don't think that's necessary. I don't know how many I need, but it's probably not 6. So eventually I may pull some of these off once I actually test that. And it gives 147,000 stress units, which is a lot. If you recall, Windy only generates 8,000 stress units, so it's almost 20 times more. Oh, and each one gets that 150,000, so, you know, that's 40 times more than Windy, which is why Windy sits in an onsen, and these dudes are out here working. You're obsolete. Love you. Thanks for getting me so far. One other detail that's worth mentioning for, ooh, you're gonna see the mechanical arm, go to work. Place, 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 place. Pick up place. Oh, and we're back in queue. Okay. But one other detail I wanted to mention are these clutches. They are cosmetic at the moment. I can't really use them because if I clutch them off, the power turns off. And then once the power turns off, I actually have to get Windy out of retirement, put him back, and then repower everything up because it takes power to power the whole system. The system is self-sustaining, but it doesn't like to start without help. And I'm not really sure a way around that. If somebody knows how to get it to like re-go easily, I would love to know because I do not know. The simple fix is to put Windy or a different Windy, because I am tempted to let Windy take a rest. Or maybe go on a vacation for a bit. But I could get another Windy and Windy 2. Windy 2 could go underground and be ready to turn on and as like an initialization sequence, or even we could build Windy 2 a nice spot on the mountain. Maybe Windy wants that job. Who knows? Maybe I'm being cheap and I'm not going to pay him a pension. That's probably right. We could have a system that powers them up if they turn off. And that would be good for lag purposes, especially as the area fills out. I'm going to be building some stupid big stuff that all needs to be toggleable. So eventually I do need to figure out a way to do that. I can tell you what isn't a good way, and that is hand cranking, because this is how I originally tried to start the system, and it was not happy with me. I would have to disconnect them all. It doesn't have enough stress capacity to really do it at all, and eventually you just start dying of hunger. I managed to do a couple other dumb things as well during my time building this, and one of them was trying to get this chute to drop through the pipe block, which, well, it's treated as a solid block, so or a block at least. It's not going to go through. But good try, Virt. But it wasn't all hard work. We've done it, lads. Terraforming, the designing. I also got skill orbs and knowledge points. You can see I still have 19 right now. What are we going to do with that? I don't know yet. But I'm certain that we'll find out soon enough. Voltasons and black opals. And then cover them in knowledge. A classic way to earn skills. Yeah, we'll go right up to 14. We'll go right up 6 cores. 6 stars. And we'll put those away for safekeeping. We're up to 21 knowledge points. I just realized that I have enough for 2 skill orbs. What am I doing? And then we unlock fatal strike damage. Kaboom. I think I want -5 next. Yeah, let's do it. But I didn't just get skills and knowledge. I also started some mods. Now, my plan did include some power work, but then I got lucky with mod boxes. I happened to pull a blazing energy cell out of a mod box, which I'm pretty sure is very expensive, actually. I think it's like the 4th level of upgrade for power. It is, and this is huge for me because it means that I can power a different mod, which I have been greatly looking forward to. You know what's really clutch when you have over 1,000 chromatic iron blocks and your next project includes over 800 train casings? Building gadgets. So let me show you some of the vault footage that I got. I want to tell you a secret though. I have probably about 8 full vaults worth of footage. So we're just gonna pick and choose and, you know, enjoy it. It's gonna be a great time, I promise. Aloy McQueen at your service. My main character as a dungeon master was a gnomish druid. And he was a little eccentric, but he talked like this. He was pretty old. And he had been around, you know, he'd been to a lot of different places, but he also flirted a lot. That was unintentional, but my players, they laughed, so I kept doing it. I guess we're doing this now. Just kidding, we're going into the vaults. It's gonna be a wild ride. This isn't really how he talked. It wasn't his tone necessarily. It wasn't like a Matthew McConaughey kind of guy. All right. Are you Tubium? You are Tubium. Oh. And away we go. pizzanite, tubium, vault diamonds, netherite, scallium, netherite maybe? I'm not sure what all that was. Ooh, another. Oh, wait, is that a bounty? I think we got a bounty thinger. Let's go. Ooh, another old note. Ooh, a gem. Ooh, piece of candy. Another old note. What the heck? My first one was terrible compared to this. A trinket. I'll take over for any disappointment. Yeah, there's no gear in there, but there was a 2 times compressed block of diamond and a trinket, you know, which is good. The rest was pretty underwhelming, but update 8. We'll be talking about it soon. Not this episode really, but soon, and then we won't have to feel this way again. And of course we got the legendary bounty, which is huge. Black opal. You know, in update 8, Chaining's knockback ability goes away, and my ability to perform in the vault, I assume, as well with it. Flawless I mean, never mind. Now, I don't often include all that much vault footage in my episodes, and I want to get better about that. But the challenge right now is if the episode is too long, then there's like a million vaults to choose from. And yeah, I try to record a good deal of them. So I included this part because it's my best chests looted run so far. I had 169 chests with no omega rooms or challenge rooms. This was just straight looting. I'm thinking that the bigger building episodes maybe deserve a little more time, sort of like this one, that are dedicated to bigger projects or more exciting things. As I move into more consistent content, I think it'll get easier for me to show you like partial vaults and like, you know, a linear vault experience. But if there's like 20 vaults that I have recorded, but for a single episode, it's way too much. It's crazy. It's bonkers. It's bananas. It's just not doable. So you guys get little partial ones. And so all I can do is ask your forgiveness and for you to comment and like and subscribe and hit the bell and, you know, watch my live streams and engage with me in my New York Times. Oh, dang. Where were my particles? Oh, I think I turned them off. But it's our first legendary bounty. And a lot more bounties. Where do you think I got all those crates for the live stream? This is where I started collecting, and I realized how awesome bounty pearls are. That's exactly what happened here, honestly, is I was like, oh, I can do that one, and I can do that one, and I can do this one. Oh, I can't do that one? I'll reroll that one. Oh, and this clip, oh no. Voiceover Virt's sad now. All right, let's see about this beautiful trinket. Can you throw these and it keeps going? I don't want to risk it. Maybe I'll test that in creative sometime. Oh! And it's got 23 uses. We got a good one. This was my third trinket. My first one was glue. Second one was elvish air. Now we got a lucky goose. I believe that it was Isaac Newton who said, "What goes up must come down." And so we can blame him for this. Stupid cat. I love cats, but not this one. But worse than him is P. Hamilton Meyer, who once said, "Lightning never strikes twice." Look at this amazing phylactery. 11 uses. But it was me that said, "There's no use crying over a spilt phylactery, because that soul is gone." Okay, let's get to my biggest mistake. For the first 5 levels of 40 to 50, I was trying to run catalyst vaults as if it would give me a better chance at a void vault. That was wrong. And thankfully, a Discord user set me in the correct direction. And that's with runes. You need runes in order to actually change the percentage of getting a void or another vault. And eventually, I did exactly that. I put all of my runes to use over the next 5 levels from 45 to 50, both in live streams and in my own time with Drew and myself. Eventually, I did get it, but I'll show you some of my frustrating failures as well. We're going to run another one because we're going to level up probably, as long as we don't die, I assume. And I'm continuing to hunt for a Mimikube. Okay, listen, I had wanted to get one of these, and I have been trying to get a void vault for so long. And then Drew told me that the cages don't work in the vaults. And I mean, it says they don't work in the vaults, but I just watched a CWG video where he used them in the vaults and got a Mimikube, and I need one because I think that it could be super cool to have in a mini game. I want one. I need one. We're gonna get one. Come on, game. How long do I have to grind this? Let's go. Come on. Give me a good old-fashioned void vault. It's gonna be like nether or something dumb.
A few moments later.
Oh god, I don't have kiwis? Oh no, I fricked up. I must have deposited them somehow. I'm definitely gonna die. Dang. We would have made it out too, but you gotta be kidding me. There's a blacksmith here? Well, I mean, when in Rome, right? But my pickaxe didn't break, so that's good. Everything else got destroyed. Oof. 2 rooms, crystal caves, X mark, and plentiful chunky. Are you a vault? Oop. I feel like I might as well open these crates because I think I'm gonna need the gear that they might have. This monolith crate is an embarrassment to God. An affront to God. But that looks pretty nice. Wild West. Dragon Room. And Gilded.
A few moments later.
I'm trying again for this void vault. We're not giving up. So, what do I take in? I think I'm actually gonna take, we're gonna really gamble on this one because I am going to take a plentiful in. I want plentiful. Oh my goodness, these are all bad. I guess catalysts are the ones that alter the percentage, right? I hope so. That would be embarrassing if it's not. Let me make sure. Yeah, did I say 45? 46 is when I figured it out. After making a pretty severe mistake by using these catalysts to try and pull a void vault, I recently learned by checking with the Discord, I was like, hey, I don't remember whether or not this works. And I'd love for somebody to point me in the right direction. So I asked and I was like, do catalysts give you the increased chance of getting a vault with a void? And the answer is no. Which is pretty unfortunate based on my activities for the last few levels. But what does give you an increased chance for a void vault is a runed vault. So I think it's time to run some runes. And I did, like I said, I ran all of the runes in that chest. And eventually on stream, we got our void vault. And we caught 3 mimic cubes. And then I hit level 50 and it was epic. And I got my last relic. Let's go. Twitch. Assemble. We're done. We have all 8 relics. That's an extra 4 minutes in the vault. Before we go, I can't leave out the one thing that I did after I hit level 50. I'm going to be honest with you, it's something I had been looking forward to for a very long time. Some of you may not know this, but I have played to level 64 already in Vault Hunters 118 on a different server with some friends from Project Nebula. I think I've mentioned it. I feel like I've mentioned it, but maybe not. The first thing I did was I made this idol, and I spent about 80 gold making idols and re-rolling them. I used an opportunistic focus on this even, and I finally got something that I wanted. I put everything down into this thing. And then, the very same day that I got it, I was informed that I was supposed to scrap it. Well, I will tell you what. The day that I get an Omega awesome idol and I have my gold back, which means I need to earn it. I'm not saying Iskall needs to come in here and give it to me, but once I have my opportunistic focus and my gold, I will consider scrapping my speed 2 idol. Until such time, I will be happy to equip it and be a speedy boy because it's very fun. I wasn't looking forward to it because it was overpowered necessarily, but because it's very, very fun to run around. In fact, at level 50, I started getting my butt kicked in the vault, and we'll talk about that next episode. But I don't think this idol is necessarily helping me with that. I gotta be honest. So, maybe we'll hit a stride with it, but I'm not using it to hot switch. I do have a haste 2 idle as well, but I'm not hot swapping them. I don't have a macro. I'm not using a shield. And I mean, I guess I have one in here, but I've literally never used it. This shield has only taken damage because I've died with it in my inventory. I'm not going to be a good alpha tester for now. And little tiny Drew agrees, right? Yeah. Oh, I can't make him nod. Well, anyway, he does. Just trust me. Trust the process. I have been informed by my lawyers that I am not allowed to make that joke. So I deeply apologize for considering it to be within the realm of humor. Please don't take my idol or my dignity. One day I'll drop it, but not yet. Okay. See you in the next one. All right, there's one last thing that I want to leave you guys with. You know, feel free to tag out if you don't want to watch this. The quality is reduced, but it's the footage of us catching a Mimikyu, and I was so pumped. It was on stream, and I hope you enjoy. We're going to look for the cube room, we're going to look for the X-mark room, and we're going to pray for a void vault. This is going to be the one. This is the one, I believe. I totally believe. Getting into vaults? Are you like missing the chipped vault rock or the chromatic iron? Oh, wait, it happened. We got the void vault. This is crazy. Oh man. Okay. Oh, that's a Mimikyu. Okay. We caught him. Ah, it's done. The dark deed is done. Oh my goodness.